The question remains, has the church failed us? What is the responsibility of the church? What is the role of the church? The church has not failed, but some individuals have failed us. Has the church failed us? This is going to be an interesting discourse, more like a storytelling. I want you to be patient enough, listen to the end. Remember, the topic is, has the church failed us? I used to know a very wealthy man. He was virtually the richest man in this particular locality. I wouldn't want to mention the place. He was so rich that when the bishop visits him, they usually carry money in bags as gifts when they visit. The bishop visits, various different reverend father visits. It's the same thing. And he bought a lot of cars for them. He bought cars for the very different bishops. He bought cars for different reverend father, and that was it. Suddenly, just like the story of Job, the man had a bad turn in his business. He lost a lot of his containers. Some were seized by custom. Suddenly, everything seemed to be bleak for the man. To get back on his feet, he decided to sell the property of his in a choice location in Abuja for 3 billion. It was agreed, transactions were completed, they were to pay him the next day. Unfortunately, the day before they were to pay him, that building fell from top to bottom, killing some persons, and he was declared wanted. Now, he lost his business, trying to get back on his feet. He lost his building. He was being pursued by the police, and a lot of things just turned against him. You begin to see the story of Job in reality. And this man had only one son. On a fateful day, he took the son to the school. On getting back to town, he was called that the son slumped. He rushed back to the school, and behold, he saw the lifeless body of his son. He remembered he's been a major contributor to one of this new generation church, one of this Pentecostal church. He bought car for the GO. He did a lot of things for the GO. He decided to carry the lifeless body of the son to Lagos to meet with this GO because he believes when the GO prays for the son will come back to life. What happened? He went to Lagos. Because of the downturn in his business, he was no longer who he used to be. The GO refused to see him. With the lifeless body of his son, the security details pursued him. They prevented him from seeing the GO. After 24 hours, the man had to come back with his son's body to be buried. As usual, he contacted the church, and the bishop said they will not come for the burial. Why? They said there was a time he promised them 1.5 million and he did not pay, so they will not come for the burial. It's an interesting story. This is a real life story. The man, because of the wealth he has then, he was so disorganized, so he never knew where he kept the check, but he knew he paid that check to the church. He came back to his house after hearing from the bishop that he would not come for the burial. Lo and behold, he saw the check, the counterfeit. He now called, sent it to the church, and he said, okay, they're going to come. 2 days to the burial, they called that they will not come, that the son did not register as a youth in the church, so they will not come for the burial. On the day of the burial, the church did not come truly, according to their words. Though some of the youth came from the church that even if the church refused to come, they want to pay solidarity. that is a youth, they know that the guy used to attend functions with them. It was another pastor that was called to come and do the burial rites for the young man to be buried. This man gave a lot, gave virtually everything, or rather most of the things he has to the church, but was denied when he needed them most. The question remains, has the church failed us? In one of our stories, I remember we shared of the woman that gave birth out of wedlock because she was not properly married. She brought the child to the church to be dedicated. And the pastor said they are not going to dedicate the child because the child was born out of wedlock. What is the responsibility of the church? What is the role of the church? Is it the pastor's responsibility to hold that child responsible for the sin of the mother? The question remains, has the church failed us? I have my own experience to share. You have your own experience to share. We've had countless times, we've had countless times. Somebody passed on. For the church to come and do the burial rite, they will say this person is owing us so amount of money. Has the church failed us? I remember an interesting story where the church wanted to get an additional property. They got the cost of the property and they told the members, and members contributed to buy that property. After like a month, they did not hear. They now asked the pastor what happened. The pastor said he used the money to do some other things. That was the period the pastor took his wife and his daughter to Dubai. The property was not bought. Has the church failed us? That is the question you and I need to ruminate on. We have countless story. The story of the woman in one of our cities, I will not call her name, that went viral. She's married with kids, but the Reverend Father was insisting that he wants the woman to give birth for him, a married woman, because you've been providing for the family. Now you're pressurizing the woman to give birth for you. If you can't be celibate as a Reverend Father, why are you there? Why not resign and do other things? The question is, has the church failed us? We know the tragic story of the young girl of 16 years. Remember, this woman lost the husband, that's the father to this young girl. So the woman is a widow. And coming into the church to find succor, the father was helping her, providing for the family, and then the 16-year-old girl became pregnant. While asking her who was responsible, ironically, is the Reverend Father. The Reverend Father was pushing the young girl to go and take it off. In the process, the young girl lost her life. The question is, has the church failed us? When you go to some of our churches today, you see this infighting. One pastor against the other, one church against the other, some believing they are better than the other, some asking you not to attend events of the other, believing they are better. The question is, has the church failed us? We'll have a lot of stories to share. The minister will tell you, or rather the GO will tell you when you have challenges that they're going to pray for you. But when the church has a problem, they will ask you to contribute. What stops them from contributing for your own need? Has the church failed us? You have your own story to share. What is the responsibility? What is the role of the church? What is the place of the church in the Bible? Everything is being monetized today. Have you attended any church function or recent? You see them raising money for different things, raising money, recycling that thing, forgetting the need of the people that are in the church. Has the church failed us? The Bible has a clear plan, has principles of what the church should pursue. The place for the needy, the place for the downtrodden, the place for the destitute. But go to our churches, the destitute, the downtrodden, they're asked to sit outside while the money bags sit in front. Has the church failed us? That is the question. Well, if I should answer that, I know it's left for you to, you have your own story to share, and then you have your answer too. But if I should say this, before I say this, let me go back to what happened in one of our states. We have one in Uyo, we have one in Calabar, we have one in Ibadan. The one in Ibadan, the priest, or rather, the GO killed a member and buried her under the church. It was later discovered. The one in Abuja, the GO, the son killed the girlfriend. The GO was aware. They tried to cover the, cut her into pieces, put her in a bag to throw her away. Ironically, a bike man discovered that, and then it led to a lot of things. The one in Uyo is the same thing. The GO was the head of armed robbers. It's a syndicate. He controls them. They go to as far as Lagos to steal cars, kill a lot of people, has guns and stuff like that. The one is just the same story everywhere. Has the church failed us? Like I said, if I should start answering that question, I don't think the church has failed us. I think people that are placed in position of authority are the people failing us, not the church. The words of Jesus Christ remains eternal. The church of Jesus Christ remains eternal. Though we might have fake prophets, there are still prophets that are of God. There are still prophets that listen to what God says and tells us what it is. The question is knowing those prophets. The Bible talks about testing each spirit. The church has not failed, but some individuals have failed us. You might get to a level that you begin to doubt Christianity, you begin to doubt God. You begin to doubt if it's real. When you get to that stage, think back and ponder, the church has not failed. Don't look at those people as your yardstick or standard of judgment. That is why Jesus was specific. The Bible was specific about it. It says, looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith. Not to those people. Look unto Jesus. Let him be your standard, your yardstick. I will stop here for now. This is an ongoing series. I'll continue next time. Remember to like, comment, and don't forget to share. Thank you.